Hello. Today I'm going to be covering how to level and what you may wish to do while leveling. So this is more or less a guide to just amass information, then telling you exactly what you should be doing each level. So for starters, I will go ahead and show you one, the Hall of Novice. You need to do this. I don't care if you say no I don't, you want the 30% XP buffering, you need to do this. It is probably about 5 minutes of a task. All you have to do is actually read what it's asking you to do and do it. It's not that much of a challenge. If you need to look up a guide on it, you can. It's really not that challenging. Um, This is a pre-order item. The reason why I'm showing you this now is so that in a second you don't have to be shown one. Um, so these are the XP boosting items or effects that you can acquire. The only thing that's not listed here is the food buff. Food buffs can be either normal food, ingredients, or crafting food, gathering food, it does not matter. They all give out the same 3% XP buff with a very, very select few giving out higher. Um, so, with the free company buffs, there are 3 of them, that's why it's ranged. It has probably only the 10% will be used because the 15% you can only use 1 or 2 of them per week depending on how established your free company is, and your squadron buffs maybe will not really come into play unless you're using your squadron a whole lot, which does require leveling up your grand company and spending some time into that. Although the armory bonus, that will help any substance class that you wish to level past your first, or you may call it your main, it does not matter in the slightest. There is also rested XP that, as you're logged out of the game, it accumulates while you're in a safe area. The reason why I say a safe area is because if you're out in the wild and you see the timer that says you cannot log out for about 20 seconds or something like that, then you're probably not going to get any rested XP from it. So, with that information out of the way, let's go quickly to how to level your first class. Your first class should be relatively simple for you to level. Just go through your main scenario. It probably will not require any extra. You will probably be over leveled for most of the content. There might be a few roadblocks along the way, but that is usually how people just level up their first class. They just go through the story. So, how do you level up your second class? Or you're getting bored of the main story? Well, you can do anything listed here. Some of them are a little more effective than others, but in the end, it is entirely up to you, and if you want, I can put a video on this, any of these subjects, or this in total going into much more detail later, but this is mostly to get the information out there now. And if anything here doesn't seem right to you, you can feel free to call me out in the comments. I will address everything as best as I can and update everything as I do. Now, on to the oddball in the room when talking about classes first, because this needs to be addressed. Blue Mage. Blue Mage can be boosted by friends or other people in your FC, or just randoms looking to boost their own Blue Mages. There's a number of different ways to do it. You can sync dungeons, which you'll have to go into the settings of the uh, duty finder to actually unsync or to go into the unrestricted party and then sync the dungeon to gain XP as Blue Mage. And learning spells also does it as well. But given the wild card is now out of the picture, now on to the actual way I would suggest to level some of your classes. First, have fun. If you're not having fun with it, you're gonna feel like it's a drag and you're gonna be burnt out by the time you're like level 80 and max is 90 now. You might not make it and you might feel like you're doing a job instead of playing a game. So, what I would suggest doing is getting some friends together or doing tasks you don't mind doing. Um, so this ends up being things like everyone goes and knocks off their Wondrous Tales as level 90, going for mount farming, or doing dungeons, doing fates for the bicolored gemstones for the things those give out, or just doing your hunting logs to try and get a little extra gil or seals or whatever it may be. Even PvP is viable for leveling. I have a bard that I have very sparsely leveled with actual content, and it is pretty much level 78, almost 79, and I have not really even touched it.